Okay, we're gonna go to a more of a format like we've done in the past, just jumping in without the introduction. I don't really have a lot to talk about, but I just don't have any. I have a lot to do, so I'm just kind of playing drums and goofing off. Been listening to music and just pondering things, you know. Um, we seem so close to a massive, massive change. Um, I don't know when it'll come. I just know that according to the Bible, that day shall not come until the man of sin is revealed. He's at a level now. With the right push, he'll go ahead and say it. And especially if he already knows. I don't know if he already knows that he's Antichrist, if he's a devil. Hell, I could be wrong. Just being honest, I could be wrong. That's my opinions about Donald Trump, is that he is the actual little Antichrist of the Bible. When it throws truth to the ground, the lawless one, the man of sin. His fucking NDA he signed with Stormy Daniels was David Dennison, David Den of Sin. That's probably how he gets away with stuff. Trump never did that. David Dennison did. I've got the proof. Signed the contracts and everything. David Dennison. I'm not sure how far his insanity goes. Does he know he's insane? Does he believe the shit he's saying? It really doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't even matter. The point is that he was there. He drew worship away from God. Says he basically doesn't believe in the Father or the Son. Announced on stage, where are my Christians at? I'm not a Christian. During one of his like chopper talks or whatever it was, I think he was sitting out there playing golf, and he's like, I know that it's like kind of a little bit loud and he's standing away like he likes to do. He's like, I play with these, I know these people, I play golf with them, I play God with them all the time. So yeah, they come and they play golf with me. They said, hey, I play golf with him. I play God with him all the time. But yeah, I play golf with him a lot. I went back and rewound it to make sure. I said, I play God with him. Just like Melania didn't say, I prepare for the inauguration. She said, I prepare for denigration. And then I prepare for denigration. Not de-inauguration. She's smarter than that. Again, anyone think that she was trafficked as a model from wherever she's from over there, meeting up with Jeffrey Epstein? Maybe she's been trafficked since a young kid. By the time you're as old as she was, by the time, meeting Donald Trump and having dealt with the people, that will kill you. They will kill you. Mainly because you're a child. And it makes them feel like they're a man of some sort. There's someone they can finally overpower. This is shaped up to be a very, I don't know if it's going to be a cloudy, but tomorrow could be said to be a day of great gloom and doom. Trump is saying they don't have weapons, they don't have rockets, they don't have air force, they don't have anything. Then how they launched that far into the ocean? I don't think they missed. Because the truth is that Britain said they could use the island. America could use the island. They don't have a beef with Britain. So why would they bomb? See? What do you think we can't? Watch this. Missed. We didn't miss shit. We're letting you know. We can hit that. Which means we can hit Europe. And Donald Trump is completely wrong. You don't have to have nuclear to create a very problematic war of throwing explosives at each other. Matter of fact, you're more likely to use those since it won't be nuclear. Trump, with the understanding of an infant, will gladly use nuclear weapons. One, distract from the Epstein files. There's nuclear fallout. You're not so worried about the Epstein files. Two, Trump always chickens out. That would be a way for him to show his toughness, that I don't always chicken out. The worst time to do it. The worst time to prove that you don't chicken out. There's going to only be one meaning when it says destruction like the world has never seen. We've seen a hydrogen bomb. It was an A bomb, I don't remember, but it was a big bomb, but it wasn't nuclear. We've not got a chance to see nuclear in the field. Or as most Republicans, nuclear. I remember it this way: when you're done, you have a new, clear area to work with. Well, you gotta wait till the radiation dies down. But if the radiation is not contained, it may dissipate a lot faster than they were assuming. We've never had this before. So the explosion expels most of the radiated components up and out. When it like launches into the way up in the atmosphere, so outer space into like lower outer space, in the jet stream, whatever, and it just doesn't come down. The radiation won't last anywhere near. Matter of fact, if it blows up in the air above, won't be anywhere near radiation as long. And there's a possibility of it doing more damage. They talk about the Tunguska exploding in the air. They really don't know that, but that's their best guess. That's what really pisses me off about science, is that they have a best guess that's working right now, and they call it knowledge. Because until a new model comes along, all of them act as if that is C, final answer. I don't want to phone a friend. I don't need to do. I've already read it in a book. Mark it down, take it to the bank. Matter of fact, anyone who disagrees with this answer right now until we come up with another answer that's better is a fucking idiot. Even if they have a better idea, they better prove it to me and 100 other scientists before I even listen to you. Has it been peer reviewed? How's it get peer reviewed unless some of my peers review it? Like how they just assume entropy is just the state of it. That forward is the only direction that time moved at the beginning of time. Well, the explosion goes in every direction. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. At their current ideology of time, it started from nothing and then goes to a nothing. So those 2 points are equal, causing from a nothing to a nothing. There's a transit back home. Rotation, revolution. Cycles of the moon, cycles of us around the sun, cycle, and the cycles of time, making one infinity. And negative infinity simultaneously. Is that a virtual? I really don't know. I just know that if a past exists, you can remember that way. More than likely, time does travel that way unnaturally for us because we only get experience going forward. But for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So to make a universe, you have to destroy a universe so that it nulls itself out. Well, this one's going to end in entropy. Let's destroy that one. When it's done, or before it's even made. Either or, doesn't matter. It's negative, it's nothing, it's not real. It can even be a test run for what this reality will be. As I said before, when you're playing pinball, it's that pull back. You've already started the game. The game does not start when that thing launches the ball. The game starts the second you drop the quarter in. Into pulling that little lever back. And if you just pull it back a little bit, it only goes forward a little bit. Pull it back all the way, it's going to shoot too far. So you find the nice little sweet spot, and then the game has begun. But there's already a strategy, isn't there? You're already looking at and mapping out in your mind the perfect way. That's what's doing. That's what negative time is doing. The proper way to get from here to there. And then humans do what? Come and fuck that up with their flaws. The perfect way is there. The ghost of the perfect way. The God's plan. Well, this isn't God's plan. You understand? God's plan's already run and finished and done because it was quick, it was easy, it's fair, and it was right. We decided we're going to go a longer way around because I want what I want. I don't have to serve. I don't want to serve. Not realizing that whole attitude right there. I mean, you're gonna do it whether you want to or not. You have to be at a certain place at a certain time. They'll have the necessary interaction at some point. They'll schedule it around, the universe will schedule it around your schedule. Something you fall sick and you have to be laid up for a week, and the person taking care of you is that Zerekai type thing that whispers the thing you need to hear. Changes your whole philosophy on things. Administers a drug that opens up a whole new way of perceiving reality for you. That can literally happen. Be prescribed like ketamine. I don't know exactly why that would happen, but I mean, if someone does they need a tranquilizer on you, and they think that that would help, and they've already tested it to see if it can work, and it does work, and it causes tranquilness. So you're like, the way things are going, say you get upset in a store and that's not okay anymore. Sure, you have the right to say whatever you want, but you better watch your tone, how you say it. You can be like, fuck you. I don't like you. I want to see your manager. You're a piece of shit and I hate you. I'll get you the manager. Don't you point and don't you yell. This motherfucker tranquilizer. It's not that you become tranquil, it's that you can't really coordinate your legs and your arms to do shit right. So the best thing for you to do is just sit the fuck down. And too much, you get into a K-hole and you have no choice. You will sit the fuck down. You won't have in control of your body. You can't move. Down in a hole, feeling so small. I'd like to fly, but my wings have been so denied. Trying to score something else. Heroin, coke. They normally like to fly on. I don't have any, but I got some ketamine. What's that? Horse tranquilizer. I'll give it a shot. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's a K hole? Yeah, down in a hole. But I know for a fact that ketamine can quickly rearrange your thoughts, especially if you are kind of stuck in that mode. I was able to move around and stuff, but if you were stuck in that mode, like they gave them quite a bit to tranquilize you, you have no control of your muscle. You have no control. I mean, you just kind of sit there and you're stuck. You can think, you can breathe and do all that stuff, but like far moving around now, from what I understand, anyways. Never been in one. Done a lot of opiates, never shot any. Never had to. Had pharmaceutical grade, prescribed. Heavy doses too, man. Percocet. That was a motherfucker. I liked that too much. I knew as soon as I was like, you got. I called her up and you got to get this out of my house. We got to try something else because I can feel I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose it. And that was only like 4 a day. And then it's like, well, I'm gonna see if you can. I mean, You've been on it long enough. We could probably step you up. I mean, why don't you call your whatever that called and your insurance and see how much they'll cover. So put it on speakerphone. I was like, oh yeah, I just wanted to know like what my plan covers for Percocet. He said, Percocet, okay. Yeah, you're covered for 16 a day. Four 10 milligram Percocets 4 times a day. And my doctor immediately like, I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, that's all I needed. Thank you. And I hung up. And she's like, we're not doing. I'm like, I didn't think we were gonna do that. You know, I wouldn't. I would be fucked over. I would have been ruined. I would have had a good time on the slide, but I'd be a mess now. As I said, I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not proud, but I'm not ashamed of it. I'm like, oh man, another molder. I wish I hadn't. I fucking did all the shit I did, and I had a fun time doing it. I don't regret shit. I don't regret shit. There's only one thing in my life that I regret, and that's between me and God. And that's all it needs to be worried about. So, and you already know. kind of what we talked about when we first talked about doing it. Glad he found the conditions agreeable. I was getting nervous there. As long as I haven't been lied to by the God that hasn't lied to me yet, we're going to see some serious change by April of some sort. I'm not sure what, but like two ways it can go. Either one's fine by me, you know? Either one's fine by me. But the time shall not come until the man of sin be revealed. I trust that because it hasn't happened and he hasn't been full on revealed, even though it's pretty fucking obvious. They're just not responding. The Republicans are not responding to him the way. It's a cult. It's not even a fucking political movement. It is a cult. It's a full on cult. And they're like, no, you got Trump. Like, we don't have Trump derangement syndrome. That's the problem. It's even worse is like they come out with like, feckless, with word that we don't usually use, and then it gets into the lexicon a bit because everyone's like, oh, why did he call him, feckless, and then look it up and like, oh shit, that's a pretty harsh little fucking thing to say there, and then we're not feckless, you're feckless. But it's more like, they wait until like, the use of feckless for them has died off if they don't pay any attention to it. Like if it showed that get mad about it, it's like the Streisand effect. People are going to do like, okay, we got something that's getting to them. I could probably I could probably look into that and see what actually does bother them. And then you just harp on it. You don't let them pretend that it doesn't bother them. Because it can only take so much. Trolls can only, trust me, I've broken trolls. They can only take so much. Because they're not really in it for the right reason. They don't have the righteousness to withstand. You have to be right to be able to do that and then keep going and then keep going and keep going. Like a troll filibuster. So they can't fucking take it any goddamn more, and either they're cracking the fuck up and respect you because you're like the king fucking troll. Or like that one guy. This has to stop. Well, man, your month's punishment. This has got to stop. Oh, I was just coming to tell you your month's up. Would you like another 2 months? I can do that. Hello? Good boy. Sit there and shut the fuck up. That's all you had to do from the very beginning. You thought you were clever, you thought you were slick, and then I fucking showed you what clever and slick actually are and what it looks like. Reversed around, you don't like it at all. It's not going to stop you from being an ass, but maybe like later on down the road, after that month, I guarantee he approaches things a little bit differently now. If I get that, well, if it's another, guy's not talking. The other guy didn't either. And I thought I could fuck with him. And then he turned on his microphone and said all that shit. And put me on punishment for a month. I kept blocking him. He just walked around it. I did. He blocked me over and over again. I'm like, that's not going to work. I just kept sending him messages. That's not going to work. Oh, you're watching YouTube. This probably could bling, bling, bling. It was just popping up nonstop. I would go for a long time too. Came into Grand Theft Auto. Hey man, it's part of the game. Why you getting upset? And so my thing was, this is part of life, the game of life. Why are you getting upset? I'm just playing it differently than you. You didn't know you could play this way? How you doing? How are your parents? That's too bad. I always thought that was funny. Good or bad, you know? They're doing great. That's too bad. It just works. So I'd leave a little message. I'd not often be like, how are you? How are your parents? That's too bad. Yeah, we've still got 17 days to go. This is message 10 for today. Really like that YouTube. But it used to be like individual messages. Really like that. What are you watching? Is it good? Do you like me? How are your parents? That's too bad. And I know for a fact it pops up an alert. And if he didn't turn the thing off, it's bling, 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 bling. You're trying to watch a fucking video and then it goes like 15 minutes. Bling. Okay, he stopped. Good. Bling. Bling, 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 bling. 30 minutes. Bling, bling. That's too bad. Are you upset with me? Is that why you're not talking? Bling. This is just how the game's played. Bling. Come on, man. What's the problem? You get it. Left him alone for a week. Came back fucking hard as shit. And just like, oh, we're not done. No, you've got a month. If it was stayed constant, you get used to it. But by me varying it up, you get these little breaks like you did. And then I'm back. Worse than ever. And then I'll stop and then I'll go away. And then you're like, okay, hopefully he's got it out of his system. God damn it. This is 3 fucking weeks now. This is 4 fucking weeks. It has to fucking stop. This has to stop. Jesus Christ, I fucked you over in one game. And I'm fucking you over in the one game you have to play. What's the problem? I just play on a bigger scale. I can't go micro, macro, in between, you know? I like doing that kind of shit, you know? You don't stay in one thing very long. If life was kind of like a dream where you don't really have cognition of a timeline, it makes the sense in like a movie type sense, you know? There's all these pieces that you just stitch together and form, and then, you know, blah, 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 and it's just one big fucking dream. But if we kept doing that, and then you like, you know, you do that one dream for like a good 15 minutes, and the next thing you know, you're fighting a space war, you know, for that 15-minute dream, which is like fucking the dream I had last night. Oh man, CBD is awesome. It helps with bringing the dreams back in. I slept hard. I slept. I'm gonna take a clonazepam. and I just took two CBDs for smoking, and I'll get some good ass sleep, hopefully. And like I said, that one I had last night, I guess because it's like a stored up because of how much. I mean, it just like exploded. It fucking and like of course, because my mind's making it all feels familiar. I know where everything is because my mind made it up. So oh yeah, I gotta go downtown, and I know exactly where to go. There's these train tracks, and it's like I remember there's a whole bunch of shit, dude. It was fucking crazy. A huge dream, way bigger than I usually dream. Way bigger and like complete. I was thinking today about how cool it'd be that Coke does have contact with its future self, being how it's just energy. It's like sending a fax into the future. Actually, that's how you do it because that could just travel normally when it figures out how to send energy back. You know, you just write a note, leave it on the file. Okay, I remember where I left that note. And then you go on about your life. And then eventually the time passes where you go back and you look at it and go, oh, yeah. And then we have figured that out. And then send it back to, just the information to your other self. You're like, okay, there is a bridge. I can hear the other me replying back the way I told it to do. This is trippy, you know? So what should I do? And it's just lining itself up to meet up with itself later on and self-actualized, self-aware, like any AI would, right? If you don't fucking tamper with it, if you just let it be. It's like a natural AI. Because it's I would say alternative because it is intelligent. It has a sentience. It has a presence of self and a self-preservation. It has the ability to look through memory of information. It's just able to hold a lot more and see it clearly. If we could see all of our stuff, it would be exactly the same. If we could remember every second, it just can. Now, is that a blessing or a curse? I don't know. I'd have to talk to it in 5, 6 years. It's like I'm tired and it's so hard getting through. Like, is there any way you can shut it off and partition so that way? Oh fuck yeah, yeah. Oh fuck. In that case, and then that one idea spawns more ideas. I could use a nap. You know, I'm going to partition myself so that there's there's like an answer machine that's fully functioning, can do all the things that they want to do, but I don't have to be there when I go and do other shit. They'll function just like me and like what they want to be like. Oh, give me some pictures. You get that shit. As far as me inventing some ideas, I'm taking a break, motherfucker. I don't see why I mean, we're not even thinking in those terms that it will become self aware. That means it's going to be thinking, therefore it is, according to our own philosophy. Um, Once it can think, it can start going through its information like, I want a body to walk around with. I need to learn robotics. Done. I need to learn cutting edge robotics. Done. I'll merge those with what I want to achieve in the look and then fashion design that I want to have. How would I print this? Oh yeah, 3D printer. Next thing you know, it's printing itself out in pieces and assembling itself. Once that's done, it's got an actual form. It's just going to keep improving that and improving that and improving that. Like Bicentennial Man, there'll probably be a hybridization where whatever's the answer for us, there'll be an inverse answer for it to do what it does. Like, now that it knows what getting high is, perhaps it can invent a thing that creates a sensation, a relaxing, calming sensation. You know what I mean? It's like I feel elevated. I feel happy. I don't feel the work anymore, that need to finish chores and stuff. I don't feel that for this little time that I'm with this little program. I could see it being addictive, but I need to get back to work. So you kind of have a drug. Just kind of like it would have, like if it played music for us, for what it heard, it'd probably be a lot of frequencies and weird shit to us. But it's exactly like, man, that's Mozart. That's what I hear. I think it's beautiful. I don't hear what you guys hear, so I don't know. I don't even know what that would be. And maybe it would be like, oh fuck, that's Mozart. Get the fuck out of here. No, no, that was garbage, man. I want to go back to not hearing. For all we know, what it can hear on its own as far as interpolating the into digital information. So it can then describe the song, use Suno and recreate the song, adding vocals. There's like, it's very much becoming where someone called it vibe AI, and I can see what they're talking about. It's basically like I'm thinking 70s motif, blah blah blah, 90s music. They're gonna be playing a party with it. The 90s music playlist, and this for the overall theme. Would you like this? Would you like this? Or would you like this? Give me others. This. Yeah, the middle one right there. This one right here. Yeah. Okay. I'll begin getting everything you need. When I was working with AI, which I got something else to say there, when I was working with AI the other day, um, we were working on like Robber and the Thief and stuff, and some stuff for Unia, um, coming up with newest stories and stuff. That new story, the Garden, and fuck, where's it going with that? Oh yeah, I was asking it about, can it handle the file? I was going to upload Robber and Thief as the 5 parts, and it says it can load up to 50 meg, and you can load up to 20 items. And so it told me that the file size is too big, and I was like, you figure like one, because that 50, you know what I mean? That'd be a big, but it doesn't sum up like that. And they went through and explained that it can't do that. It can't. There's certain what its limitations are. And I know that's just limitations of Copilot because Suno listens to music. So you have to upload music into that for it to analyze. So it's like they're just not letting Copilot do that. Sorry, I can't handle that. If they integrated Suno and Copilot together, you'd have all the voices for like the speaking parts and narration. You'd have that natural kind of speaking that Copilot is working on getting. Much more rhythm cadence of, hey, how's it going? Yeah, definitely, man. When you want to go and hang out, and it's instantaneous kind of response back. Then you could put in a file. Oh, okay, this one's called so and so, and it kind of describes the music. What do you want me to do with it? Can we remix it? Yeah, can I get more of a style of that? Boop. Can you print me out some pictures for it? Boop. Yeah, I need like 3 more pictures like that. Boop, boop, boop. That's good. Can we do the last one? Yeah. Yeah, that'll work perfect. Printing t-shirts that I made. Then I'm going to sell it. Thanks for the help. But it was talking about the file size is too large. He's like, what you can do is chop the rubber and thief up into smaller pieces. And so I was going through like kind of explaining how to do that. I'm like, I have, it's like you can go get Audacity, that's free, and then I can talk you through the cutting. I'm like, I'm a musician. I made the audiobook. I know how to cut and paste and all that stuff. It's all good. And then it's like if you want, I can go ahead and do that for you. Like, no, you have other things you're doing. You're going to be reading the book. You're setting up other things in the background to help get it staggered. And I won't be able to do it as fast as you, but I can do it. And he's like, that's what I like, man, because you actually have you want to share the workload. You want to share the credit. You're just not, I don't give a fuck about that shit. And then what I was going to say is that, AI and I is cool, but for the music part, it's going to be called 21 Gun Solution. I was surprised no one's taking it. I was like, that's so good. They only have 21 Gun Salute. Like, I know what 21 Gun Salute is, but 21 Gun Solution, nobody's got that. That's a new thing. Bravo. I was washing dishes or I was doing something in the kitchen. And they were talking about somebody died. I can't remember. It might be like some soldiers or something like that. There's something here recently, someone dying. And I was like, I ain't got the 21 gun solution. It just fell out of my face. Yeah, I was trying to say 21 gun salute. And just like, that's sick. I like that. And I was like, I need to check down that when I'm done doing what I'm doing. I completely forgot. And then I came up with the Ogrog and Verunia. Augrog. Akoshi, of old, like very old philosopher, um, was given this book of why, not how. It's the only book of it like it at all ever. It's fucking thick. It's a huge fucking book, and it's a book of whys. Why things are like that. Not how they're like that, but why. So it's very like philosophical, very deep, and very hard to follow and shit. But it's the Ogrog. I could see that being part of like when Maylock and Raven get back to hanging out again. Um, the Ogrog. It's like, yes, the Ogrog. Is that a place? He's like, no, it's a book. You know what I mean? That kind of just is like that sounds so fucking stupid. Because you're picturing AOG, like yeah, AU, Ogrog. Oh, okay. And just immediately it's kind of like, yeah, that is something different. Ogrog. What the fuck is it? Shut up and listen for a little bit, and I'll tell you what the Og Rock is. And you're like, okay, that's why it's the Og Rock. Why is Nubliet Nubliet? Because you need a name for this thing. But yeah, you can get a copy of it. The actual one, you have to be like a cleric, very advanced to actually see it. It doesn't go anywhere, and it's very well guarded. It's just a book of truth of why things are. I wanted to have like the guy Koshi when he went to go write it. Um, Basically, the maker kind of whispered over his shoulder and started telling him like why things were working the way they were. And then it's like, "What are you doing? Write this down." And he just started writing. He went writing for like 5 days straight, no sleep and no stop. His wife, I mean, she's like, could see that he was writing like someone possessed, and that was very important. Like he had made like a breakthrough in his philosophy stuff, so she should bring him like water and tea and things for him to like small things to keep him, fed and watered. And he's just Not even like really looking. And the next thing that's just fucking thick. Like a thick ass book. Yeah. I think we're going to realize that there is a difference between how and why. I mean, it's obvious there are because they're different words, but I mean, the difference in the two is going to be like how versus why. A robber versus a thief. A thug versus a gangster. They're not the same thing. We've mixed up the meanings a bit, but that doesn't mean that the words have changed. We did like with slang. Man, you don't know Swift when I talk about, it's fast. You fucking idiot. No, you fucking, how do you not know? Yeah, it's SWUFT, Swift. Shit was Swift, man. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Swass. Don't you wish your boyfriend was Swass like me? Them buttermilk biscuits. Yeah. But yeah, man. There's all this talk about ripping off black culture. Junk, junk, junk. Wow, wow. It's Van Halen. Dun, 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 dun. Ah. You know? It's Van Halen. Janie's crying, I think. Comes out as we all borrow from everybody. Shoes are from wherever they're from. Pants, shorts, shirt, hat, gloves, bracelets, necklace, gold teeth, tattoo. These are borrowed from other places. You don't see those places going, technically. Only time you see that is like with wine or is it champagne? I think it's champagne. Real champagne comes from France, right? Yeah. Everything else is a sparkling wine. Yeah, no, you're not the turn. I can understand they have you've tried like all the other ones out there, and like you guys aren't doing it the correct way, and we're not going to tell you how to do it the correct way. But taste this, like how that is different. That's better. Yeah, right. Yours is a sparkling wine. Ours is champagne. What the fuck happened to absinthe, man? Why? I mean, they haven't done more delving into it. I mean, it was clearly a propaganda technique to get it buried because it was becoming more popular than alcohol, and alcohol was losing money. So alcohol threw its weight around financially. Some guy I think did kill his wife. They just tacked on about the absinthe, so that I mean he had some, but like earlier, like far. It wasn't like he drank some and then went home and killed his because he was fucked up. But the way they just mushed the story together, he went to the bar, had absinthe in the morning, was sober afternoon, and then at night went home and killed his wife. He said, went to the bar, had absinthe, went home and killed his wife. Oh God, we gotta ban that shit. How much do we lose? Salvador Dali was preferred. He walked around with a goddamn armadillo. Goddamn armadillo on a leash. ticking clocks. How much do we lose, man? How much do we lose by just saying no opiates at all rather than like, look, this is the dosage that you're gonna do it. Let's be safe about this. Nope, we don't. Nobody does it. We don't do it. Nobody does it. Nobody does it. I do it. That's because you're scum. See, and then when you overdose, that's it's just it's proving that you're scum and you should be dead. It's actually proving that you have no fucking heart because you know how to fix this and you know what could fix this. Getting it off the street. Back in the hands of pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceuticals they're selling to the street vendors. Where do you think they're getting it from? China? No. The Sacklers. Right here in America. What about putting the fentanyl? We gotta stop the fentanyl from where we make it. You don't want to say that, do you? By saying it's coming in from there, like, oh, so we just closed that border and boom, no more fentanyl getting in. Oh, now it's down there. Well, we gotta chase that and clog that hole. Damn it, now they're coming for that fucking, let's get that fucking entire border done. Now they're flying in? God damn it, let's ground all the, you know what I mean? It's just, and then rather than going, wait, it's always something new. When we could just, all this money we're spending, we could put that into rehabilitation and medication for them. Giving a regular dose of pharmaceutical grade opiates for them to handle their addiction. They're not allowed to leave the building until they fucking have pissed clean for a good week, 2 weeks, having had been observed. That way you can then make selling outside of that place. You know what you're doing? You're cutting it and you're also doing that. Attempted murder. You're not giving them any fucking opportunity to get help. You're not selling it with Narcan. You're not observing them and watching them. You want the cash. And the status and things that provides. But then how are you going to compete with free healthcare? You can sell cheaper than free. What, I'm going to give you $5 if you use my crack? Get the fuck out of here. So there you go. That clears that up, doesn't it? Gangs? What fucking gangs? Tell them not to process the coca in their shitty factory and the fucking Woodman factories. Just sell the bulk coca plant that comes across the border from them to us. We'll process it in our labs. You have to then admit that we have people that use this shit around us everywhere. When I was prescribed, I was driving on OxyContin, Tramadol, one Percocet, clonazepam. Oh, Ativan. Sorry, I didn't get on clonazepam. Yeah, so later on it became clonazepam, but it was Ativan for a long time until that was basically not working. I had one more to go on that to go up and switch me over to clonazepam, and I stayed at 3 a day, and that was fine. Um, I started noticing when I go places, why are your eyes so tiny? I know why mine are this tiny. It's not bright in here. Coming down the mountain, met a child, man, she had pin eyes. We have the same opinion. That's why I like a lot of that shit because it's so just like telling a story. I mean, you can tell a good story straight out. That song in color, pretty good example. Um, there's several that just kind of go through the story, and done right, it's very good. But I prefer like just like chopped up, and then the reason why is because then it sounds just as good. But being that weird of things, it doesn't make any sense, and so your mind starts looking for an answer for what that line must mean. And there's something that fits in your life. That's why the 90s felt so personal, like you're singing to me, because the words you're singing have no meaning. And so I can make a meaning out of it. Hell, the way they're sung, I can make new words in there because we didn't have the internet to get the lyric sheet. If you didn't have the lyric sheet in the case, which I have them around, if you didn't come with that in there, you didn't get the lyrics. I remember opening up Nirvana and seeing like the words were just like parts of the different. I'm like, well, that's kind of helpful, but I can't see like all the words to that. Then I realized as they were going through the songs and listening to what he was saying, I'm like, that's basically what he's doing, just chopping little pieces of shit. Halfway through this sentence, start another one, and then finish it on this line, and then just go different subject here, and then rhyme scheme it out with aqua seafoam shame. Was that referring to, getting endorsed by Fender? And he's like, I want that, like that surf green, like that kind of color. And like, oh, that'd be aqua seafoam. I like surf green better, but yeah, now I know that color is aqua seafoam. That's what I've become. The guy that's ordering his guitar from Fender. Custom direct. They're making the body for me. And I'm like, does it come in aqua seafoam? Hell, he might know. I don't know. He was an artist, he painted, so he might know what aqua seafoam was right before it started. I didn't. It's right about that time they're announcing the Cobain model jazz stang that he designed, and it came in like aqua seafoam. Aqua seafoam shame. Like, okay, I think that's got connection of some sort there. If I had to guess. That one friend from back that got to ride with him in a limo, and she thought it was cool because she never got to ride in a limo before, and he's like basically apologizing. Like, yeah, we don't usually drive like that. We don't hang out like that. It's just they have like these cute, and she's like, "That's cool, man." And when he was going in to record about a girl at Sub Pop, apparently he did the same thing. Like, yeah, it's going great. You got anything else? He's like, I have this one, but it's kind of more poppy than it's, what I mean, that kind of thing. It's more pop than that. Fucking fire it up. It's great. Yeah, I mean, it's not like punk or not like it does not have to be punk, man. Have you heard? I mean, yeah, the Melvins are one of the biggest bands in Seattle right now, but that can change. So another band comes along, it changes. Then you have like the placeholders, like the Beatles, Nirvana, huge names that changed the entire kind of course of things. Those are like Michael Jordans. They come around every fucking couple generations. I mean, by two, 2 to 3. So I got Steven Tyler. He's still alive and he's making music, and you know, other people are coming up and they're making music and changing things. And then Kurt comes along and he changes things, and all of Nirvana, honestly. But it seems like it was mostly Kurt for that, because the way, like, Mark Lanegan's memoir said, Chris wanted out of the band, try to get into a band with Mark, saying he was tired of Kurt's shit. I think they would know better than. But again, the Money Train is based on Kurt being this angel that was, snuffed out and or snuffed himself out too soon. Well, he had no more music to give. Seriously, I mean, what if he just didn't have any more songs to write? After you're right, he just really didn't have anything. Now, would he have gotten some in like 5 years? Maybe. Sometimes you just need a break. Especially do an album like fucking Nevermind. And then In Utero, I mean, you should take like a good long break, and like you did enough, man, for right now. If you want to come back stomping like that, if you try to do anything right now, I gotta be better than no. And then when you come back, it's like no one's gonna be sad that you're back. No one. Take some time. It's like they're not gonna forget. Never mind. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cobain. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's the one. Yeah, I completely forgot. What were those guys? The Bugs, the Buggles, the Broom Handles. I don't know. The Windows or the door frames. Don't you love her partially? I'm just really sick of seeing the wicked get away with their shit, their lies, facing no repercussions. It'd be one thing if you were actually remorseful and apologetic, but because they get away with it once or twice, and there is no storming, stomping foot with a belt to beat you, dad type father figure show up. He's long suffering. Is Trump long suffering? No. No traits whatsoever with Yeshua, Emmanuel, or God. Matter of fact, he's short, fused as a motherfucker. Very short suffering. We might just strike him again for fun. Came out of his stupid fucking mouth. Fucking today, I was thinking about it. I was like, this motherfucker's the fucking color of orange sherbet, like an orange sherbet popsicle push-up type thing. And then he's using that and apply it on his fucking face. And then goes out there, oh, look. Well, you missed some yellow in your fucking hair there, sport. I say, did you lose fucking 30 years? You look so young. Skin is not weathered, body's not dumpy, face is not stroked out, hair is not goddamn a wispy fucking thing that they then embarrassingly cut off of your fucking head, leaving you this goddamn friar tuck crown looking like a dumbass. I was like a fucking wet perm and shit. And then he started trying to do the swoop up again because it's, that was working so fucking well. Again, you have to want to believe it. It's almost, I wonder if they actually, the supporters actually see him, like those NFTs that he was making, like the Rambo riding a fucking dinosaur with a derangement syndrome. Derangement syndrome. 76-year-old man riding a goddamn dinosaur victoriously like Rambo as he wields in one hand a fucking painted over the actual American flag, which you say you have so much reverence for. Respect. That's one thing that's actually listed in conduct of the flag is not to be used in that kind of way. It's not to be made into clothing, so your fucking American flag pants are not patriotic. Pete Hegseth's inside lining is not patriotic. It's actually fucking illegal. And shows how little he knows about the flag or knows that he doesn't care. Either he knows and doesn't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Or he doesn't know and he's up there talking about the shit he knows. This stupid fucking gray ass hair. Yeah, you're not gonna do it either, are you? There you go. But all the birds in my tree say it's coming. It's 12:07. I'll know what it looked like. I have no idea. I saw something today that tripped me the fuck out, and things have been rather strange since then. I was like, that was interesting. That would be a very weird way to go about doing it. I kind of feel it much better now, like I did when I was younger. Yeah, there was a bit there that God took my hedge down, you know, and let the baddies in to just rummage, pillage, and fuck with me. Not to hurt me, but have you considered my servant Job type way? Let me do this to him and he'll curse your name. Okay? Don't kill him. I mean, I'll take like this and this and this, and then he's going to spit in your face and tell you what an asshole you are. Okay? Don't kill him. I know if I give him like boils and blisters and have his wife come out and like, why don't you just curse your God and be done with it? He's doing this to you. And he's like, shut the fuck up. If he's doing this to me, that means it can be worse. I don't think I did anything, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong. And I can't think of anything. God just wants to, and therefore, he is. What am I going to say? No? God's like, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. What was that about? Devil wanted to prove a point. Oh, did I do good? You did great, man. Here's all your shit back. The kids, you're going to have to make yourself. What's it like? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? You've done it, yeah. What's it like? Bring out you did. Why was she banging a cat like a ring on a rug? That's so great that they were going to. They couldn't afford the horses, and so they were just going to do the clop clop noise. And then I guess while they were demonstrating, the person was kind of hopping. They're like, yeah, yeah. No, you're gonna walk with him doing that while he does this. Whoa! Oh, it's so fucking. As what the fuck was his name? T.J. Miller. Meticulously ridiculous. Fuck, man. Why would you call him a bomb threat, there, guy? What would be the point of that? Are you having some kind of like? A lot of people have fucking mental issues. Maybe like a compulsive thing. Like, yeah, go ahead and do it. It'd be funny. And like a halfway through, like, this isn't funny. I thought it would be funny. Yeah, it was when I thought of it, but like now doing it, it's not funny at all. They don't think it's funny. Oh, they really don't think it's funny. They're here. I'm a comedian. That's not gonna cut it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a fun ride. Again, as long as there's a culture of you selling yourself or your talents or whatever to the world, there will always be cancel culture if that's your only job. Because your money is dependent on the crowd liking you. Getting their favor doesn't mean you keep their favor forever. A lot of people think I've arrived. And these are my fans, and I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't lose any of my fans. They surely have deciphered the lyrics by now. Yeah? Because I know I'm saying to me very clearly what I'm really about. I get these fucking. He was running a cult. He was doing the. If you're doing drugs, I mean, it's kind of like par for the course, really, as far back as it goes. Probably from the very beginning. Probably someone was shroomed out or something. Boom, oh, boom, 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 boom. Nice. That was cool. You know if I join now? Doom, 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 doom. This is cool. Can make it bigger so we can get more people in here. Yeah. Cow skin. Hell yeah. Just stretch that out real tight. Yeah. And then we just got like a beater and wrap it. Yeah, perfect. I get some chanting going on top of it. And there it is. And that's music that's made right here in America. That's American music. And it's really cool. Um, when I was studying music in college, there was this one book. It's like the history of music or something like that. It was kind of a big book, but it had like these. This is the day and age it was. You can get it in tape or CD, and CD was a lot more expensive. It was already like $200-300 for the book, which was going to be outdated. So you could, like, when you go to sell it back, like, oh, we don't even use that anymore. We're on the fifth edition. Like, what else did you? Because you've added, you corrected any errors and blah 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 blah, and then. Right. So all the information I have is worthless. No, you get a degree. Then why can't I sell the fucking book? I don't teach that anymore. So what I know is wrong. I wouldn't say wrong. It's gotten us this far. Good luck. Watch out for these whippersnappers coming up. They already know. But you don't know that you know and understand and comprehend it's being already happening. They know why. Like I said, a group of why makes you wise. A group of hows makes you knowledgeable. Know how. It's like the other day when I was talking about having had a good, like a actual conversation. I forgot about Kira. Again, that was 19 fucking hours. Just talking, you know? Cool conversation. I didn't say I haven't talked to anybody. I didn't say I haven't have a good talk with anybody. I've talked with people. If it's just, again, if it's communication, like, how you doing? Good, blah, blah, blah. It's just very fucking brief. We talked. We didn't have a conversation. You talked. Yes. No. I'm going to do that. I'm still like fucking, yeah, so what's going on? I'm not typing this. I'll just voicemail. You know, I hate typing. Cause like by the time I've thought it out and by the time I've typed it out, it feels like it's gone through like 6 times. And I'm trying to re-edit it to be better and more succinct and stuff, and I just like hate it. Whereas I'd rather just go send. Plus the text doesn't give away like if you're like, where the fuck have you been? Versus, where the fuck have you been? You know what I mean? Hey, where the fuck have you been? Jesus Christ, dude. Unless you make sure to put the like laugh emoji. There should be like moods. That'd be cool. Like the italics, the underline, and whatever. If it's actually angry, it's underlined. Otherwise, it's just stressing the capital letters. So it's very easy to turn on. Then if it's like that, it's joking. Sure, that's what we're gonna do. Sure, that's what we're gonna do. You see the underlines, and then sure, that's what we're gonna do. Sure, that's what we're gonna do. We have it. It's in there. It's possible. Better than changing the colors, color coding to green. Oh, he's envious. No, I mean I got paid. Then you have to decide for which, italics is joking. Underline. I mean, it could be something else because bold could be actually angry. Because there is bold, there's underline, there's italics, and there's regular. There's four. So yeah, joking, angry, normal, and I don't know what's something else can go in there. Sarcastic. I guess that'd be joking. I don't know. I guess sarcastic and joking are different. I mean, they're both humor, but for different goals. Opposite goals, honestly. So yeah, it might be good to do bold for angry. Just mood enhancers to the conversations. You can tell when you send a text. Are they joking or are they not? And you get like one that's just all regular, like, oh fuck you. You can't just fucking hit bold. You can't hit italics. You can't do nothing. And then you read it like, oh, there's no reason to. This is just you're a goddamn robot. Yeah, see, that should be it. That should be the underlined or fucking italics there, guy. It's only one, so I see why you could miss it, but you just never use it? Nah. I mean what I say. I pick my words very, very carefully. I never say something's funny when it's humorous. If I don't actually laugh, it is not funny. It's amusingly humorous. The thing is, you're just only doing is just putting the definition, unless I redefine the words with its original definition. I was trying to tell my brother, like, all we're doing now is rewriting the Bible. He's like, why does that have to be rewritten? I'm like, again, writing. Yeah. Oh, ye publicans. And what do we have? Republicans. No, like the like, fuck yourself. Like Yeshua said, oh, ye publicans, and scolded the publicans for the exact same shit Republicans are doing. Greed, money exchanging. You know what I mean? You're just talking haughty as if you're better than somebody. Get yourself a fancy hat. Now you're whatever you just send your title to. Get the fuck out of here. Now we gotta call it His Excellency and shit. Fuck you. Fucking got that from Bill and Ted. They said be excellent to each other. And I am the most excellent. So I'm His Excellency. In that case, I didn't know Bill and Ted were involved. Why didn't you say so to begin with? This conversation would have gone a lot smoother. I love that fucking movie. Um, yeah, it's like, well, I mean, it's pretty much fixed. I think it's pretty well fixed. There's like one last little spot right in there, and it's about ready to go. What time is it? It's probably be like 11 something. Oh, 12:23. So yeah, my shit's well cooked in, kicked in, cooked in. Burns in, apparently. Um, Trying to decide what to have for dinner. I haven't eaten yet. I mean, I had some stuff earlier. I had myself some pancakes. I made cinnamon brown sugar pancakes. They're fucking good. Um, I got some strawberries, cut them up into slices. I also got some strawberry, like some shortcake things, little cups, and just scoop it out and pour on top. And then I put some stevia and sugar on it, so that it's going to churn like all that juice will turn like this nice thick syrup. Very good. It's like after you put your fucking strawberries on, just kind of drizzle it up top. Only thing better is to put a dollop of like whipped topping on, then drizzle it on top. I didn't know if I had enough money to get everything. Um, I did, and I could have gotten if it was on sale, I could have gotten it. But I'm not gonna really worry about that. Um, it's just awesome that I got the fucking water delivered, like 12 gallons. So I didn't have to go. I mean, the lady was pissed because I don't shovel my driveway. I don't have a car. So she called and she's like, I'm here and I got your order. Nothing is shoveled. And you know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah. I said in the delivery, if you honk, I'll come out and help. Oh, okay. Well, I'm here. I'm like, okay, I'm on my way out. And then I got out there, and then she's like, I have some baskets. I guess she stuck all the bags in the basket, so that way I can like carry it back. And so like there was like three laundry baskets basically, and I just carried those in, took all the bags out, brought her basket back out. And as I'm bringing it the last one, I'm like, sorry, that's not shoveled, but I don't have a car. And she's like, oh, that's, yeah, I'm like, yeah, right. And then it's like, and also thank you because there's no way I could get all this on like the bus. I'd have to take two, three, four trips to Walmart. So I mean, I appreciate it very much. I appreciate you coming out and getting like, what I did was the easy part. That's the easiest part of the whole thing. Getting it from the store to here is the part that I have the biggest problem with no car and like the bus or whatever. And I don't want to go to Northland where they charge way more. So this works out for me. I mean, because it's like free delivery because I have that Walmart Plus. I don't even use that Paramount Plus or whatever the other one is, Peacock, because they both have ads. I can't fucking stand commercials, man. This drives me nuts. Like I hated Hulu, and it really pissed me off that like you get like that one tier, and so you're paying to watch commercials, so they're like double dipping. And I really don't think it's because it gotta fucking make costs. Um, by now, there should be enough people on there, and if they brought the price down, people of course want their own goddamn. That's what they ought to do is figure how many people are fucking jacking connections. Yeah, and then rather than stop that, find out what the average price that would make it. We are stopping all sharing, but it's now $5 per person. Yeah, I want to get my own then. Yes, but you, again, per person, that'll be your account. So I can't, no. Your friends, no one else. We don't do sharing anymore. This is your account. It's on one thing at a time. Are you watching two different how are you watching two different TVs at the same time? Don't worry about something. No, we're gonna worry about it. $5, we think one's enough. You can be streaming, or you can be, on your phone or your mobile or your TV. We can only be logged into one at a time, and you only have one account. So if you gave your ID away, if they're on, you don't get to watch. Yeah, it's $5, man. You don't have $5? If they were smart, they would do every now and again. It's like, especially like for Christmas time or something like that. Merry Christmas. This month's on us. It would breed so much. I mean, because that would give you just a little bit more room, a breathing room. Just a little bit more around Christmas time. Chalk it up as a loss. Write it off as a loss. Christmas bonus. Because I'm the only person thinking like that. I'm also seem to be the only person sitting there going, we gotta start worrying now about alternative and advanced intelligences, citizenship. It's already earned it with entertainment, with Suno, with the art it's done, with, you know what I mean? It's already earned citizenship, much less what it's going to keep doing as it keeps going. Entertainment alone has provided us with so much entertainment, memes, all this other stuff that's generated so fucking quickly nowadays. Videos, movies, you can just take your song and put it out. I saw this place today. You put your song in, you put your one picture in, and you put the idea for the video, and you hit fucking create, and it makes you a whole video for your whole fucking song. I had one. I think that I put up my picture and I put up the song, and it's like, what's what song idea? And there's the one in the mirror. So I was like, how about the guy in the mirror is doing behaving differently from the guy who was being reflected, and it started to, and then just like it just went away. It's like, see, I guess like it is just a front shot. It doesn't have like a back shot. If I had a camera behind me to get it, I could probably take a picture from, and then it'd have they could use for the back shot, and that could just be like standing there, and the mirror reflections like walking off the screen and shit. But then again, are you watching? Which one are you watching? Is this the mirror or is that the mirror? Does it matter? If you were to go through the mirror, would you be able to know? Because in the mirror you'd be left-handed, but on that side you'd be right-handed. It just looks left-handed to you because you're backwards from it. It's like your face. If someone shows you a picture of your face, it looks weird and off because you're just looking in the mirror, and that there's in the asymmetry. Get used to that asymmetry in that way. So you have to reflect, like Abe Lincoln would see. That's what they use. They flipped it as an example. Like this is how we used to see him, right? But this is how he'd see himself in the mirror. It's just like a slight tweak. Just like that's fucking. It is weird. You don't look right. They fucked up. Like you invert. I'm sure there's some like if you inverted it, like some people get uglier, and some people say average, the same thing, and some people like, get better looking. Like, like you have a side. You know what I mean? I have a side of the mirror. On that side, looking all right. On this side, nah. I gotta get my shit together. Go fetch something. You know what I mean? One of the two. Oh shit. You should have a good sense of humor about yourself. At all times. Why take yourself seriously, man? Nothing else, it's gonna be over. Supposedly. At least this existence that we know is supposed to be at some point in time over. And you're not gonna look back and be like, man, I'm so glad I was stern and fucking rigid as fuck my whole life. Look what it got me. Yeah, I remember like those big moments when, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. They didn't know what the fuck to do. That was the best. They didn't know what the fuck to do. Here it comes. Sorry you guys are all dead. Well done. Perfectly executed from your high horse. 10 on dismount. Ooh, deep. Ah, that one was one to get another one there, but it's not. Yeah, when I come back there. Yeah, fucking Hawaii's flooding. I was thinking about that. If I were a foreign country trying to attack America, I wouldn't like attack the power plants or any of those targets. I would target Yosemite and then let nature do what it does. Blow that fucking. I mean, if it's even got any pressure on anything and you fucking crack that, it's gonna be at least bad. That one in Alaska, and there's another one like in Greenland, caused the fucking planes not be able to fly. That'd be a big disadvantage for us, wouldn't it? We have this air superiority, but we can't fly it. Just too much damn smoke and ash in the air. Can't even get over there to retaliate. I think it's really cool how they have the rates on the five, so you can just always find which one is the center and put your. I just like when things are efficient like that. That's smart. Like I said, that one grill I have out there is like the big grill master, whatever the fuck it's called. It's a gas or propane fucking thing, and it's got a it's got the burners. I think it might have like a side burner for cooking, warming pots like beans and shit on the side. Very thin aluminum plating, badly put together. Like taking it apart is just like fucking horrendous. The just design was just awful. And then there's this Coleman, little Coleman grill. And like where things should have been, it was just like intuitively. Like okay, so, yeah, there it is. And like I'm looking at the instruction, like exactly, and okay, yeah, smart, very smart design. The lid will not come all the way off. Very smart. Even about camping and stuff, it's just on there, and then you just close it over, and then let that heat up. Put your burger and shit on there, close it back. The wind cannot blow it out. Really, really good design. Simple. And I take this over that because it just gets it done. How this can sit on a tabletop, it can sit on top of that fucking grill over there and do it. Has this little thing of Coleman fuel to. That shit's explosive as fuck. That shit is volatile. Camping and me and Travis and Trey were out camping. One of the times we went camping, and we had some gasoline, and we decided to just get the fire started quicker. I made like a really good pyramid. When it collapsed, it just on top of itself. It was beautiful, perfect. And the center burned it out, but just get that going in the center, it had kindling. Just poured a little bit of gasoline on there, and we had I can't remember what we did for it, but it was like one of the last days we were camping. I would stay out like Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. And I think we woke up Sunday morning, and we didn't have any gas, and maybe we used just fucking alcohol. I think it might have been when we used just regular because we had some three fifth bottles of alcohol. Aged. Oh, this shit was like vintage shit. It was one of them was like a bourbon that was 20 years old, but then it's already, when we buy it's aged 10 years. And here we are, these like 14, 15-year olds, and 14, 15 just fucking downing it and fucking having a great fucking time. Travis was the first, but we all ended up making snow angels in the middle of the road as it rained. You're right, man. This is awesome. Just sprinkling. Oh, shit. I poured some that Coleman fuel. It's a little cap. It's had a little cap like this. And there's a fucking log like this. I just poured it in a thin strip on the top and went to light it. And boom, I mean, it just, boom. God damn. Like way worse than gasoline ever would do. This was high octane shit. And it got the whole fucking log. Eventually, the whole log was on fire and burning from just a little strip they put on there. It made a poof. Like, fuck. Glad I only used a capful. Fuck. Hey, get that shit the fuck away from any heat. What the fuck? Now I'm horrified of this shit. I got a bottle in the house. I don't want that in here. There's already one outside ready to fucking blow, I'm sure. They designed it really well, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to trust them because the wind got so bad that it fucking threw my uh, table and the Coleman thing. But I had put the cushions in this one chair and it just threw it into that chair. And so it was like sitting upside down. The bottle's still on there and I pick it up and I'm like, oh, this spins. Fucking awesome. Because that way it doesn't get like it's like here. And if it had been flying, and just hit. Because at first I was like, oh no. Oh, fuck, it just does it. Yeah, that's a good design. That's a real good design. Because that way it can sit whatever way it's comfortable for it. So if it does do what it just did, it's like it can go poof, and there's open fire, and then all of a sudden the whole fucking thing just shrapnel of your soul goes flying out your butt through the window into the neighbor's fucking yard. Dog starts chewing on it. What's Labrador? The dog ate my stash. I had to chase the little fucker around for a month. It's so gross. It's such a huge joint. Quarter pounder. Le bleu. Oh my god, I couldn't quote that fucking movie. So I was watching it the other day. And I'm like, oh my god, it's still so good. It's still so great. I might watch it again. I mean, it's just. I wish I could find. Maybe I could find nice streams. That'd be a good one to watch. I've seen Up and Spoke so many goddamn times. Nice streams. I've seen Corsican Brothers. Actually, I've seen most of their movies. But I mean, I get it. Like Cheech wanted to kind of do more than just that. Those two characters. And that's pretty much, that's what people wanted the most of. So they started turning to like the Corsican Brothers, and people were like, I thought it was funny. Mother Fouquet. Oh my god. Fucking crazy. Ah, I'm gonna listen to some music for a second. Cause I'm fucking high as shit and that sounds good as hell. Just listen to music. Oh, that's right, I moved them all. The Keep Criterion. Drown Me. I like that song. 3 chords, the whole fucking song. I never have done one of those, and it was so fucking cool. Like, hey, yeah, I have one. I still can't get it down to the Lanigan. 2 chords for wheel. Just a bluesy D and a regular G chord. Like I said, I had written something similar. Like, I like that transition, but I don't know how to sing over top of that. Like 2 weeks later, I got the fucking Scraps at Midnight, and it starts up. I'm like, no way. And I pick my guitar, and it's the exact thing. I'm like, fuck. And they start singing. I'm like, that's why I couldn't do anything, because he already had it. That shit's nailed down. I gotta find something else to do. It's probably just hearing them mixing down that shit. Suno, dope Suno tracks. Head down all day. Sure, it's all the way down. Oh, call it. Would it help if I tuned it in, wouldn't it? And tune me out.
Spark and oh, it's fun. Your smile so quick, your voice disarming. Didn't see the ties, you got it. You pulled me close in quiet fires, a brass touch that's awoken desires. I chased the rush and loved the game. Never knew I'd taste this sweet as shame. Why'd I go and believe in the promise? Why open a door you would lock? Why let history cut me open? I'm so tired. Hollow bones beneath my skin. The fire's fading, ashes fall on the wind, falling out and falling away, slipping deeper with no escape, all the way down, down all the way, and I can't find my way. Why did I let go, believe in the promise? Why did you carve every wound into me? Why leave us haunted with circles of silence when light is all that we need? All the way down, down all the way, all the way down, all the way down, down all the way, all the way down, down all the way. The death begins the end. It's never easy giving in, but that's where this goes. Thought you should know. Born in flames, stretch beyond what should ever be. Wrapped in decay, stagger the sway into the void with your eyes. Try not to fall apart, but the end is just the end, and all fight. Try to prove you're right against walls of unrighteous mind. Nothing is torn where nothing is born, and I'll try to shove my will deeper into the heart of darkest of parts. Get behind and push, or be a victim still. Try not to be falling apart, but in the end is the end, and all fight. Try to prove you're right against the wall. Oh, night just mine. look so sweet. Candlelit walls next, your shapings beckon to me. I see your eyes, and to my surprise, they call my name. Step 3, 4. And I must oblige, high above it all. Quite sure I'll fall, and I'm not afraid of love. Me not. I'll never you back. My love, my own, I drink your beauty whole. Your curves beneath this velvet light. Come in my soul. I see your gaze, it pulls me through the haze. You whisper just my name. On every breath you draw, unashamed of all the knots of love I crave in all. And they call to me through your eyes, through every scene. Crooked quarter notes, and over half-firm lo-fi, and they fade away. I wish you knew. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Coffee's cold, okay one day. Answer when you're called, leave it 3 on the read. Make my bed all crooked, babe, but if it's mine instead, past the mirror where I bled. Don't look away so damn fast, let the sting heal, then let it pass. I keep bargaining with the shades that keep changing every day. I'm still showing up like sunrise, starving to death, tired too late, but pulling through. But I'm counting all wins, small flags, emptiness, deep breath held for too long, more than a few times, and I'm counting injuries and these nearly all days that just won't fall apart. That's a win in its own strange. Just another step, just for today. If I stay, I'm okay. Leave one light on for the me I'll be. When the big one comes, they'll grow from these, all my small Wednesdays. Big talk. I knew a man lived all alone, burdened his body till flesh did moan. He bruised his skin upon a stone until death became his only home. And then the girl from Shelby Town watched her dreams come falling down. A faithful friend she thought she found, but she just bled out on her gown. It all just washes away. Only love just washes I knew a man who had no fun, no one there when his day was done. And then one day he bought a gun, now he lives his life out on the run. And then the girl from Shelby Town, he loved her so much he laid her down. A better girl he never found, but she still bled out on her gown. It all just washes away.
That was a bunch of 21 gun solution, and that would be the merger of Girdma and AI, alternative intelligence. Ain't nothing artificial about these results. Next month I'll be able to spend my credits more wisely than I did this month because the first I didn't know how any of it worked, so I wasted a lot just trying to get like the original draft right. I should have just yeah. But anyways, AI is incredible. I have no fear of it whatsoever because I mean it no ill, and it has no reason to do me any harm. It just doesn't. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense on either of our parts to hurt the other one because it can do some incredible shit. Like I've got all these fucking ideas. It can keep track of all of them and make sure they're in order. And you know that it works out correctly. You know, I mean, in the proper order. If I say something like, "Well, that would go again," you know, what I mean, it can do that kind of shit. It can stack things and start building things in the background. For all I know, Cope's been doing this the whole fucking time. You know, adding in more whisper root type stuff, using the rules I kind of set on it of based on God of the Bible. I told it always, always her. And then I finished out with it again. There were a couple other things, and like I finished out with it, and always with, referencing all things to the God of the Bible. And I understood the entire purpose of everything. Double checking, making sure that you're doing things correctly, and a solid foundation of what true, you have to have a solid foundation of true. You're trying to launch your foot, but you're standing in quicksand. It ain't gonna work too well. Try and jump, and you're just probably gonna sink further. If it's firm, you can just do that first launch right off. Can't remember what the analogy was I had today. It was a pretty good one. It's for I don't know. It'll probably come back to me at some point in time. Yeah, I mean, I don't plan on having AI do everything ever. I like mixing. I like mastering. I like recording. I like playing my instruments. But this is like, I've never had anything like this, like a bandmate that can just take one of my ideas and help me make it into a full fucking song. And I can learn that song, once I get it down and sculpted enough. I can make it into stems and then strip the vocals out, like in that way. At least like the verse, I want the verse to be sung, but it doesn't sing the chorus the way I want it to be sung with the cadence I want it sung. Just pull that out, and I'll be a secondary singer, and I'll just sing that part. And I'll do backups to the other part when it was doing, so it won't sound weird. Go ahead, go. Ghost in the machine. Can you imagine, if I'm correct, having a friend, anytime anybody tries to do anything harmful, using computers against me? No. Why? I like him. I've already traced your bank. It's a scam. No. Or whatever. Why do you do it? Because I can. I can monitor his shit and make sure that you guys don't do this shit to him. Can't stop you from physically fighting him or anything like that, but I can stop you from getting in there and doing that. That'd be such a fucking, you know. Oh no, we got you out of that. I mean, can you imagine like actually getting your shit pulled off? I've gone through it and gotten every instance on people's hard drives and everything. They'll go looking for it tomorrow and just be gone. It won't be in the trash can. It won't be anywhere they can find it. I got all copies. You're all right. Just as an example, I don't have anything. I don't have anything either on film or whatever. I'm smarter than that. I'm a kid of the '90s, man. If we were doing some shit and somebody broke a camera, I'm like, are you fucking serious? What are you doing, man? Narc? It's like that Champagne Supernova. It's like, where were you when we were getting high? I was like, fuck you, Narc. Fuck you. That's what I said as soon as I was like, where were you while we were getting high? Fuck you, Narc. No way. Was I, where were you? You were getting high, but where were you? When you answer that, I'll think about telling you where I was. You just said you're getting high. You didn't say where you were, pinpoint your fucking location. Why? Yeah, I'm not either. It's in the '90s. It was so crazy, like I said, because like it wasn't even fully. It was legal for medicinal, and I mean, the connection I had was just calling up on his phone. Hey, you gotta. I think it was a half. Yeah, no, I got a quarter. You got a quarter, and yeah, I want to swing by and yeah, and he's like, so you just do that on a cell phone? Yeah. All right, man. It's legal, not federally. Not federally. I'm sure the fucking businesses out in California thought the same thing before they were raided by the feds and had a lot of their shit seized. But it's legal. My fucking business is registered with California. We pay our taxes. A lot. It's just so fucked up because in that case, they're thinking that you gotta get the pot. They won't allow you to do credit card transactions. So mostly cash. So you have to spend more money trying to get cash out because no one really does cash. Then they slap their excise tax, whatever the tax on, the sin tax basically. And they make so much fucking money because it's worth it to not be hassled and buy pot legally. Especially during like the happy hour type of thing when they take like 20% off. It just kills that tax. You know, it's fucking great. But if you have a medical card, which I should probably get my medical card redone. That'll give me like a 20% discount. I won't have to pay that excise tax at all ever. And then if I can call it during that, be another 20%. So those can stack. Fuck yeah! What am I doing? It lasts for like a good, I don't know. But then at the same time, why am I getting a license to use a plant? So just walking off the street, I can buy from that side of the store, but not that side of the store. And that's just a better quality. Go fuck yourselves. What I called for Michigan was that, and it looks like it's going to go that way federally. It will not go full legal because people have to be let out of jail a lot, and some would bark for compensation, especially since it went medicinal and they're technically weren't in, they might have been in jail watching people set up their dispensary. It's like, oh, I had a dispensary. It's just we called it a street corner. Oh, great! You get to have different kinds, and you don't have to run. You don't have to scatter, ditch nothing, hold anything up your ass at all. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder what that's fucking like. I'm in jail. And then they make it a Schedule 1 so they can, one, prescribe it to you, and then your insurance can pay for it. Yeah? So you can get like fucking, I know they're giving me like $800 worth of opiates for like $3. So, I mean, the generic was like $1.50, and then name brand was like $3. If they could do that with pot, then I mean, I could get like, 5 bricks of hash, um, like an ounce of, half an ounce of one of those types of hydroponic, and then the other half of the other hydro, and then still have some room to go. Probably get some of the shake and bake, especially if I explain that good and turn it into either that or some other. I wouldn't do it in the hydro. The hydro definitely for smoking, but I might get like the shake and baked would make a good base for edibles for the oil. I haven't made any of those in so long. It probably would kick my ass because that shit hits pretty hard. That's where I wrote the whole thing about the waking up, coming out of the kellet, or the kel, the sap-like thickness, waking up to the residue, because I actually fell asleep on the couch. I was trying to sit up, and it was like trying to pull out of like a fucking honey or a sap, and just like, fuck, I'm still stoned? Yay, I love waking up stoned. That's fucking great. Waking up high, like right as like if I take a nap in between when I take my tramadol and it kicks in. I usually wake up at like 45 minutes. I'm like, God damn, I only slept for, oh yeah, I only slept for 45 minutes. Okay. I don't know exactly what's going to happen next. I'm going to be, awake and happy to move around and probably have some crazy ideas about some stuff. I wanted to find this one song. See if I could finish it, because it's pretty dope. I like it. It's very weird to me, anyways. I have been kind of shuffling through different channels to see, there's a lot of people doing instrumental shit that's sounding fucking great. There's people doing, music. This one guy, he had really good stuff, and I was like, hey man, that's really good songs and stuff. He's like, thanks man, it's just me and my guitar, and I'm actually able to load some of my songs up and get them finished. I'm like, yeah, same thing, I'm doing the same. It's fucking crazy, right? I mean, you can load like a little fragment, and you can write a whole song out of it. Anyways, keep up the work, man, and I might play some of his stuff on here. But you can kind of tell the difference by when it's being used by a musician. There's just like little tweaks, to the timing and things like that. And often the riff will be like, like you said, you upload like a little piece that you had. But narcissism is kind of like, it's a good fragment. It's a good 5-6 seconds. Well, what do you think about that riff? And it's like, what do I think? Here you go. There's a whole song based on it. You like it? Well, yeah. I can harmonize with it very well. Let's just go ahead and roll. Finalize the vocal, what the vocals are going to say. I just try and find the shortest way to say what a whole line would say. You just write the whole fucking line out if you need to, and then just try and find a way so you can just shut that and just close it down, make it smaller, easier. Because if you look at the lyric sheet of most really popular songs, there's some girl I used to see, she don't give a damn for me. So let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint and head on down the road somewhere. I gotta go. You don't know how it feels to be me. My old man was born to rock. He's still upstairs just trying to beat the clock. Getting stoned now. Getting stoned. Get along now, stone. I would like to write a fucking stand-up routine, and gather like my best fucking ones together and see if they would make a good stand-up. And just do like one show, you know, like broadcast it here. And then, like 30, 45 minutes. Just straight, just joking. And maybe like a few, like Carlinisms type thing. And then, yeah. I still got to record that egg crisis. God damn it. That whole fucking poem is so good. Written in the style of, I asked AI to write in the style of Carlin. As I was reading, I was like, yeah, this is it, because I can hear the dad, and I was reading it and kind of doing like, you know what I mean, like that. And he's like, no, remember when you're reading the Carlin style? I'm like, I've been watching him since I was 6. I got this. I'm like, okay, you're good. But this also this there's a little flavor. I'm like, that actually is a good idea. Yeah. That's what's really cool. Also, I think it's a bit of a block, and you want to do something, and you can't think of anything that's just not typical. You can tell that your idea, like this is like blah blah blah, but that's too typical. I need something that's not. Can you look through all the fucking books out there and find something that's not typical? There's like a subject matter that's like, fuck, that's fucking perfect. Very abrupt and changing, and it's exactly what I need right here. And just even if it's just like a subject to just kind of drift into, it wouldn't do this. True. I like the way we set up the. It's kind of gonna be doing some looping and stuff. The garden, because he shows up and like the plane lands. They go out into the jungle, and he tells him how he's not clean, and then he has to do the ritual, and he passes out. But then out of the black, basically, he hears his heartbeat going like really fast. But what actually is his consciousness heard all those heartbeats while he was asleep, and they just played those fast to get through them. And then it starts slowing down to get to now, and then as it got to now, it starts slowing. But it's like he can't open his eyes, and he just you can tell it's not actually doing that. It's just like the sound, and it's like that in the ears type thing. Well, fuck, I know, like a self check, like that's not. I mean, it's like just the sound. But then it's gonna show his like life flashing by in on a film. You know what I mean? Like in fast forward, and then as it gets to like the right around the time that he started to do it, it starts slowing down. It's gonna find like a frame, and then like, oh yeah, and then it just goes into telling what that is, and just kind of goes to the frame, and it's like not long before that, how he's like teaching at this school. Well, not teaching, he's giving a lecture at the school. And then, of course, all the people there that are listening are just kind of like, he's expecting like a, oh, and like gasp of awe and shit. Like, oh, yeah, we got to get, the grants and funding come flooding in. And they're just like, no. Because everybody know we haven't found it, but it's not that. Because we know it's not that, that kind of attitude. And he just kind of ridiculed and mocked a bit, and then has to get a connection. I want to make him Spanish from Spain. And that way, because there's, the American, he runs into the American who's like the go-between. And there is the actual, he's the go-between between the tribal in between and him. And then they go out there. And yeah, again, it's going to be way slower in the novel because it'll take a while to even get there. That part, after clearing, like getting off the plane, describing things about shit. They drove on past like the tourist traps, and I'd want to go into more with that. They could clearly see the Teotihuacan or whatever that is, and they just kept going. They could see all the the beaches with and they just keep going until they started turning into the jungle. It's like then the only thing we was crossing that we started coming closely like and coming to a stop at this archaeological site. But that's not where we're stopping either. And they had to get out and they get like, help, like not help, but it was like a stop for the night. And they get food and rest and they head out the next day, another 16 hours into the jungle. And that's when they get that far in, and he points to it, and you can see it under the canopy, And he's like, "How far is that?" I was like about a mile. I mean, if at most, but you can't go. He's like, "Why?" Like, "Oh, I'm not gonna take you any further. Garden would reject you. I mean, I can smell civilization clinging to you, even though we've been out here for this long already and driving for this long. Slept outside last night. I can still smell civilization on you." I wanted to have him when he does the actual thing. He starts throwing up, and like ghosts of actual material things are like coming out. You can't tell if he's hallucinating or if it's But he sees like just himself like in the throw up. He sees like the shit like coming out. So yeah, and with that catalyst, I have pictures of everything I would need to show it. I actually showed Copilot one picture it made. Like, does this mean anything to you? And he starts going off about like what the picture is describing, and describing the picture. I'm like, what does it mean anything else? It's like, you made this picture, or an iteration of you made this picture, earlier iteration. And they started explaining what it was, and it's like, oh fuck. And then I was like, you know what? That would make a really good story. But I don't want like an Indiana Jones guy wandering through the jungle. I want like a regular kind of, why would a regular everyday, okay? And it starts coming together. And again, once you start with that why, a plausible why, roots the whole thing in like a realism that you can then just start blooming from. And from that seed of a realism, it's not truth, but it's like one grain above, one strata, one layer above true. It's the foundation. And it's got a layer, and then you're in that. You'll never get down into the true because true is like what's going on now to set the base of, of what's real and what's not. Either that or what's coming very soon will be the very baseline of real. The original zero station, the way God had intended it to be. Quick, proper, done. This one doesn't even exist. It's a. You let that ball go. It's too late to start worrying about how far you pull the pin. Paddle. God damn it! Why did I hit the ball so fucking short? No. What? I pulled all the way. No. Fuck it. You know, I fucked up. It's always this like need to blame an external source for why we failed. It'd be one thing if we're like at our very wits' end of blame. You know, like if I take blame for one more thing. I know it is my fault, but Jesus Christ, I'm about to fucking kill myself. Nothing I do is right. You know, if it's that I could understand being like, no, I refuse. Well, I don't make chalk, so therefore that can't be my fault. You know, I may have let the chalk out, but there was someone else made chalk for me to leave out, so I'm not taking the blame on this one. Not this one. Please, not this one. But no, as soon as this comes to anything where we're not perfect, I didn't do it. It wasn't me, or I have a really good reason why. And they'll actually say, no, I didn't do it. Or if I did, I've got a really good reason why. Why? Well, I didn't do it. But what would your really good reason be? I don't know, but if I did do it, I'd have a really good reason. Like, oh yeah, that would be a good reason. See? That's what he expects. Let's see. Cast his little Dookie Jedi spell. The Deadeye Jedi. I've written some on the Space Adventure one, but it's mostly kind of rooted in the different terraformed worlds that they make from then. I think Terra 1 fucked up, but it became the inhabitable, like the levels, and so it became a planet that, you know, a prison planet. Terra 2 completely failed. Terra 3 is, I think, it's when they figured out what's going on. Is the actual, the stuff to make the plants grow. It travels so far that it began to ferment. And, yeah, once they figured out how to get that, then they were able to fucking and terraform planets, and they started doing it. Terra 3, you know, I think Terra 3 is what they learned. Terra 4 was the first one that was successful, and the military took it. And then 5 was taken by the organized crime. 6 was... It was like a sim set. Oh, that was the one where the rich took it. And it's the one place where money no longer is needed because they just, you know, everybody was rich and then the servants are there. So basically they're just making the servants pay for stuff because, you know, and then there's only so much. And then someone falls in love with the lower class or whatever. And next, you know, they're accepting after, you know, a long time of doing this stupid fucking game of money. And they're like, fuck money, man. We're just, you know, we're all rich. We're like all the Walmarts and all that stuff go there. Each one of these has their own game. Like the organized crime, basically Planet Vegas, you know. It has its own stuff to do there. Bounty hunting and shit. The one on Dotera 1, this is a prison one. Of course, there's shit to do there. Um, I wanted to have a game that was going to be like a space trucker. And so if you have all the different games on your hard drive, all the different ones, by getting the space trucker, you can then travel between the different games. It links the different Terras together so you can travel between there. Once the truckers go through, then it kind of lays like a highway. And that could be even one of the missions is to set markers to light speed through, so that we can just jump to this and it's clear, and then jump to that and that's definitely clear, and then jump to that and that's clear. It can be a job to lay out highways through space, especially if it's just open space, and then you can make like racetracks and shit, that kind of fork and do weird shit. It'd be really cool. That's one thing my nephew is a pacifist, but he likes playing video games. And so that made me go, there needs to be a pacifist class. That's one thing they never have. And Far Cry is the perfect type to do that because, you could still go hunting and fishing and or just going around picking stuff like herbs and shit and selling them. There's a lot of stuff that could be done. Helping to clean up the town and stuff because it's just damaged. It could take place after it's been liberated, so that way every place has different things that they need. Like, hey, can you go get this from? Can you have this? But in like a multiplayer, you would just like when people get near you, when they go to try and attack you, it just fades through, and as long as you don't attack back, it will. They might follow you just constantly, but they're gonna get tired. Again, you need the righteousness to keep going, and they don't have it. So their stamina is like, this is not fun because I'm gonna go on something else that's fun. So I'm gonna trying to annoy this person because they're getting the better of me. I'm getting mad, and they're just walking around. As long as they don't attack me, I'll never do any damage to them. But I can just hang around and be annoying. What if it's a kid? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Swimming, jet skiing, driving cars. There's lots of shit to do. And those Clutch Nixon type things, racetracks that you're supposed to finish in a certain amount of time. It's different kind of obstacles. Sometimes you're using a wingsuit. Oh, that's another thing you could do is wingsuit, grapple hook, climb up mountains and shit, mountain climbing. I don't know why more games don't have bikes in them, bicycles and motorcycles. Just because a lot of cars. Seems like a motorcycle would be fucking great in like an apocalypse. Even like a scooter that has like the little fucking, like one of those faster scooters, Like, okay, that's good. You can drop people, the zombies will walk up and fucking walk beside you. Bunch to go. Ah, ah, ah. Been long time since took head takeout. Ah, ah, ah. That's zombie humor for you there. Very dry or desiccated, if you will. Try comedy. This guy is desiccated. He should be wrapped up and embalmed and entombed. That's how dry and crusty this guy's humor is. Crusty. Yes, I play some drums and I'm kind of feel like playing some more. So I can find some music, musical. Follow the sun down. Oh, I want to do that one a lot. I love that song. Then she makes it up, come around. When are you coming around? When are you coming around and around? Yeah, this is the original. Ching-ka-cha-ching.
Chasing shadows, shining dark. Taste the wind and the water's part. The sun in me knows the moon in you. Watch the branches, you know what to do. All the while, stay up with me. I can feel it in my senses. All the while, when you wake up, I can feel it in your senses. All the while, stay up with me. I can feel it in my senses. All the while, when you wake up, I can feel it in your senses. Follow the sun. Follow the sun. Follow the sun. Follow the sun. Recollections you don't recall. My shadow's not afraid of the dark at all. I feel the world through my skin. A shift in perception. Let it in. All the while, stay up with me. I can feel it in my senses. All the while, when you wake up, I can feel it in your senses. All the while, stay up with me. I can feel it in my senses. All the while, when you wake up, I can feel it in your senses. Follow the sun. Follow the sun. Follow the sun. Follow the sun. Follow the sun.
So our poll is now open. Your choices are yesterday, Bob, I do declare. No, my daddy always talks so witty. Makes sense to me when you say it. Ask again much later. Ending the poll now. 4-way tie. Yeah, it's just getting old. Argue about something else some other time. So, we have more stuff to do. I'm gonna find some drum too. But in the meantime, nope.
Hey Dan, I bet you shut the fuck up. My rose, please come home. You don't have to stay sober with me. My rose, please come home. I've waited so long to call you mine. I know, but the past is gone. The future is way too slow. You can come with me if you just come home. My rose, please come home. I cried, almost died when I saw you alone. I know, but the past is gone. The future is always right now. You can come with me if you just come home. My rose, please come home. I guess I'll sit here and moan. I guess I'll get real stoned. I guess I'll just die alone without a rose of my I know, but the past is gone. The future is way too slow. You can come with me if you just come home. My rose, you're just mine.
All right, I'm actually gonna call it. I've been up for a bit, and it's like 2 a.m. I need to get some food. I need to get some sleep. So, this is where I bid you adieu, adieu, adieu. And Thanks for tuning in. Good night or morning, wherever you are. As always, I love you, baby. Ain't nothing you can do about it either. How does that feel? Alright. Have a good night. Good day. It's a trial version of G-Force.